Hello, Facebook Live. What's up? It is a Tuesday night. It is 8 o'clock, a little past 8 o'clock, 8:14 to be exact. And I thought I'd hop on because I started Single Talk only a few weeks ago, and then I just didn't do it because, I was asking myself the question, and then I got some inboxes like, yo, where's Single Talk? Yo, what happened on Tuesday? And I'm like, okay, I'll come back so us single folks can chit chat about, just our status and where we are. And sometimes when you talk to each other or talk to a group of like-minded people, hello everybody, thanks for joining on this Tuesday evening. So I'm just talking to singles and, and wannabes. Let's just be honest, because I have a few married folk that like to slip on into this conversation, and it's cool. Y'all can watch, y'all can look, because when they have the married events, sometimes singles are there to kind of glean and learn. I think we can kind of learn from each other. But anyway, I'm going to jump right into what we're going to talk about tonight. This is kind of informal. Normally I would, put a flyer up and say, hey, join me tonight, Single Talk. This is what we're talking about. And I literally just decided to do this maybe a few minutes ago. Like, let me put on some red lips for y'all. And let's talk about being single. So I originally started Single Talk, like I said, for like-minded people to be able to get together and talk about issues, roles, and the unfortunate thing is, we're single, but we all don't have the same status, if that makes sense. You would think being single is a status, but single and being divorced is something very different than being single, never married. I've said this a million times over. Single with children is very different than being single without ever having children. What's up, Prince? Are you married? Are you single? Oh, I know you single. Single living with somebody is very different than, single never, you know what I mean? So there's so many different, single over 50. It's way different than single in their 20s, but unfortunately, we get lumped into one big category, and it's not the truth. It's not, don't lump us all when we do your single groups. I always say this, lump us all in one category. You got your 50s and your 20s and your married and your singles, single for reals, and then we all go bowling. Anybody want to go bowling? What's up with the singles and bowling? All right, shall we jump into it? Because I don't want to be on here all night. I'm going to keep it real. Yes, Prince. Well, welcome. Welcome to Single Talk on tonight. Hi, Mia. Let me say hi to folks, and then we'll jump right in. DC Oil Sense, Tyrone, Matope, James, Joseph, Stephanie, Vanessa, Gerald, Kenza. See you all there. Share this post. We're about to get started. So I just wanted to be candid. That's the best way I can be. I'll be really candid about my own life. And as you guys, feel connected, what I'll do sometimes is I'll bring people on camera if you have something specific to say, and we can kind of chat together. And so, I am very much single and not desperate. You know what I mean? Don't have a hard time necessarily connecting with people, but I do have a hard time finding people that, in my opinion, are worth connecting with. You know what I mean? Like, you want to go out, but you also want to go out with somebody that you actually vibe with. And that's the issue sometimes. It's like, yeah, we can go to the movie, or yeah, we can go listen to some live music. But if you don't have a chemistry, if you don't have a real connection, it's whack, right? And so I have never dated outside of my race. And okay, for all the deep folk, let's not go. The human race is one, people get deep. You know what I'm saying? I've not dated outside of black because I personally prefer African American men. I personally prefer that. Some of y'all may feel me on that one. I just do, right? But it's been a struggle. Can I keep it real up in here? It's been a struggle. So, y'all ready for this? I went out on a date with a white guy. Oh, Lord. I did it. And I can't do it. Can I keep it real? Now, listen. He was attractive. Okay, so let me go back. So I had to deal, and you guys can comment, however you feel. I had to deal with, Prince, you asked the question. I had to deal with my why. It was like, why after all of these years did I choose to open that door? And I think that I did because it was like, okay, it's the definition of insanity, right? What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and what? Expecting a different result. Y'all don't look, brothers, don't be mad at me. I just went on a date. With the white boy. Because let me tell you, out of all of the little guys that be pursuing or trying or whatever, this dude took, like, I didn't have to tell him anything, man. Like, I didn't have to tell him. No, I didn't tell him how to just set up a date. It was so simple. Like, I mean, and again, I'm not going to say it was white boy versus black man or white man versus black man. I'll say it's maybe the people I've been dealing with. Shut up, y'all. My cheering corner. Yeah, go with the white boy. No, listen. Look. I had to change once we actually went out. My feelings changed. But before the going out, he was on point, honey. I met him. The way his pursuit of me was perfect. And so let me explain. For those people who are trying, like, well, what is that? What is the pursuit? Thank you, Dana Pooh. Mwah. I love my Dana. Hey, Mia. Listen. This is what I'm talking about. You say, okay, Iberia, I'm interested in you. Or whatever. We find out through whatever that we have some type of mutual connection. The men that I have been meeting were expecting me. They were like, just texting me WID. I don't know. I'm a grown woman, probably at work. Or, one dude told me, what'd he say? If I pick the place or if I decide we gonna go out, then I pay. Whatever it was just irritating. And that's what I've been dealing with. But I decided to open my mind to the white boy. Child. And it was great. Thank you, Tammy. WYD is the most irritating. Now, if I love you, I got some friends. I love them. So I allow them with the WYD, but it irritates my soul. It absolutely just irritates my soul. So anyhow, y'all, let me get to it. So up to that point, white boy was like, okay, like I wasn't like, I'm doing my life. I'm like, whatever, and a lot of times what ends up happening, because I'm busy, the men that I was meeting, they would just assume, oh, well, you too busy for me. Honey, white boy, he got in where he could fit in. He said, oh, okay, well, can I meet you on this day at this time at this location? Yes, you can. I will make space. Absolutely. Yes. Honey, absolutely. I loved the fact that I didn't have to pick the place. I mean, and here's the thing. Everybody's different. I love the fact that he was very assertive. He wasn't intimidated by my schedule or what it is that I'm doing. And I wasn't even throwing it out. He could just tell, when he called, I was doing this or I was doing that. And he said, listen, I just want to connect with you. Yes, Vanessa, honey. He said, listen, I just want to connect with you. No stress, no worries. I'd like to meet you this date, this time, blah, 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 blah. Would you like me to pick you up? Come on! Would you like me to pick you up? Or would you rather meet there? Now, I don't know him that well. So I'm like, we'll meet there. But I was so ready. You know what, fellas? It gives us something to plan for. You know what I mean? Don't just call me on the whim. Oh, you feel like going to the movie tonight? I don't know. Again, I'm almost 40 years old. I have a life. You see my hand on my hip? That means I'm dead serious about this thing. Okay? We grown. This is different. This ain't high school. You know what I mean? High school, we ain't got nothing else to do but go home, do homework. Yeah, let's go to the movie. Yeah, let's go to the mall. I'm sorry. Honey, spontaneity, that comes when I know you. Tony said, what about spontaneity? Child, I can't say it because I'm a little into it. Tony said, what about spontaneity? For me, everybody's different, Tony. Some people might like it like, okay, let's just run. For me, unless we know each other, I don't know you. I don't know him like that. So we can't spontaneously do anything because I don't even know if I really want to give you that much time and energy because I can't get that back. My time is of so much value at this stage in the game for me that I don't have time to try to figure out, let's just run out and do. Now, I know you, we vibe, we got a good connection, that's different. Then, yeah, you kind of get me. This dude don't know me like that. So he set a nice day, time. Honey, came through on my calendar. I said, did he put it on my calendar? Honey. So listen, y'all, I'm giving the white boy props. He didn't do so well when we met in person. Because up to this point, Vanessa, honey. Vanessa, you feeling me, darling? Me and you. It's simple. It's simple. So listen, I done gave the white boy all the props, right? I gave the white boy all the props. He let me down. Because up to this point, our conversations, like prior to us actually like going on a date, it was just quick here and there. You know, I'm not gonna give y'all too many clues because I know y'all like to dig and figure stuff out. What's up, Iris? Hey, everybody, thanks for joining. But listen, let me tell you how he messed up. Now listen, came clean. I could tell his hair was fresh washed. Put the little gel in it. And he's a white boy. Like, that's the one thing I don't like. For me, if I'm going to date white or outside of my race or whatever, be white. Don't be white trying to be black. That's irritating to me. You know what I mean? Like, you irritating to me. Be white. Be Mexican, honey. Be Arabian Nights. Be it, honey. Be it. Don't try to be something else. I like you white, you good and white. Okay, he a white boy. He was a white boy. Wasn't, So anyway, hair fresh wash, had a little gel in it, looking good, smelling good. I'm like, oh, look. Hey, Queenie Bird. Listen. We got to talking. What else would he? Oh, he's firm too, honey, y'all. This brother worked out. Yes. He worked out. I said, oh, you work out. Yes, for Arabian Nights. Okay, should I tell y'all this how he messed up? And I can say this because he's not on social media. Super duper fit, extra duper fit. So, the whole conversation, he wanted to talk about race. That irritated my soul. He wanted to talk about the housing issues in Milwaukee. He wanted to talk about, yeah, honey, he had that gel in Vanessa. He was gelled down. You know, I look a little like fingers ran through it. Like he was, I'm going to see me a little black girl. He loved black girls. He told me he'd been dating black girls for like 4 years. Anyway, honey, let me tell you. This white boy, the whole comment, like, can we talk about a movie, or I don't know what you like to do? I don't know. But we had two topics, and I tried my best to switch it up a little bit. He wanted to talk about the housing issues in Milwaukee passionately. Honey, I was like, are you Father Grappi? Who are you, sir? It was so overwhelming because it was just like, again, I kind of knew him, but this was like first date. And I guess he felt like he was connecting to me, talking about the plight of the people. But I talk all the time. Like, when I go out, please know, Iberia on the screen is different. When I go out, look, we chilling. It's hee ha ha, whatever. Then he wanted to talk about roles. And he was talking about, like, the male role and the female role and all of that. And talking about how he doesn't like to be the person that is making an initiation. And I'm like, that's what I loved. I'm like, that's what I loved about you. He don't even like it. I was like, oh my God. He was like, but I get it. But he was saying, like, I don't know. Then he was like trying to compare the plight of women to the plight of men and how stressful it is to be a man. It was by the time I was so ready to go. I'm so glad. I am so glad that I drove my own car. Ladies, I'll even say gentlemen. If this is your first time really getting to know somebody, take your car. I was so glad. Baby, I was like, I have a meeting with the executives of... I came up with the reason that I had to go. And he was talking about movies. He hasn't seen Black Panther yet, and he wanted to see it, and he hate how people... And then what else were we talking about? He said something. Oh, this is what he said. And that's when my heart was like, I can't even do it. He was saying, do you know, like, he was trying to connect with me and trying to give me a compliment. So he's like, you know, you're like a gem. He was like, do you know how hard it is to like black girls and try to find somebody like you? And I had to dig. I had to dig a little deeper and say, okay, sir, what do you mean? He was like, because you know, most of them have a lot of extra kids. What? You see, that was a little attention for the ear. Huh? I said, they got a lot of extra kids. And he was like, so to find, he's like, and I'm not, he was like, usually I have a better time with, like, he has a better time connecting with, like, foreigners. But he's more attracted to African-American women. And this is what I said. Y'all, listen. I said, I will not be your fetish, honey. I said, now listen, this is the white boy I'm loving up until this point. I said, I will not be your fetish, your little slave fetish. That's what I be thinking. That's why I feel like I can't date the white people. Because I watch too many slavery movies. In my soul, I feel like Harriet Tubman is so disappointed in me. I feel like Frederick Douglass is standing in a corner with one tear, like, I tried. I said, listen, sir, I will not be your fetish. I can't do this. And he was like, what do you mean? And I'm like, Wakanda forever. I just saw Black Panther. Don't come up in here with this stuff. And so I do. You know what I mean? And so all that being said, me and the white boy called it a day. I'm like, look, this is how you get out of it. I said, so this is when I was getting tired. I was just tired. I was sweating a little bit because I'm trying to stand my ground because he's talking about, like, real topics. And I was tired. And then I was like, this is how you get out of it. This is what I said. What did I say? oh, what else you got to do today? Ain't that how we get out of it? I said, what else you got to do today? You got something else to do? Oh, I'll probably just go running because he was really fit. I will say that. He's like, oh, I'll probably go running. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, this nice out. You know what I mean? You know how it sure is a nice day for it. Probably should go before it get late. Honey, I don't have time. So I appreciated his pursuit of me, which is why he got a date. I enjoyed that part. But Ivana, run along. And so, hey, Rashunda, black men only. Listen, I'm not done. I'm gonna move to my next interracial. So I've been so as you guys can see, I've opened myself up to dating. I was pretty closed. Now I'm open. I love hi Akuya. I love you because you just face. So where we at? He was. So, but here, check this out. This was funny. So then I didn't have nothing to do, but I made it seem like I had so much to do. So I just went and hung out with my mama, and then we went to go see what's the movie with Oprah in it? Wrinkle in Time. It was great. And told her about it. She liked hearing my little stories. So after that, I get a little text message from the white boy. Y'all, guess what he said? He said, I just finished watching a Maya Angelou documentary. Okay. Do you feel, I don't know. Great. Like, this dude is trying to connect so bad. Did you enjoy the Maya? Like, great. He was trying to connect. And I said, well, that's great. He was like, I learned so much about her. Like, and that's why I was like, I cannot. My whole existence with you will not be Black History lesson every day. I cannot. He want to learn, but I'm not the teacher. So, Iberia is open to dating, right? So guess what my next race was, y'all? A Mexican. Yo, Queen, I think I told you that already, that he wanted to see the Maya Angelou thing. I went out with a Mexican guy. I liked him. I just felt like he was black, though. See, this is how he got me. I didn't realize he was Mexican. Then we got to really talking. I was like, you not black. He looked black to me. But I liked him. And I may have another date with him. I'm just going to leave it at that. When you like him for real, you don't talk too much about him. So we ain't going to say no names. But I like the little Mexican brother. He was very nice. I'll say that. I'm not going to talk no more about him. But I will say what I did. Because this was kind of like a little hookup. I will say what I did. And I had to catch myself. I said, okay, this was a little hookup. I didn't realize he was very tall. This is me messing up. I said, I didn't know Mexican people was that tall. Come on. Now, let him say something about black people. I would have been pissed. Here I am. I didn't know Mexican people was tall. I just felt like smacking my own self. Like, shut up. I irritate myself sometimes. But he has such a cool vibe. He just laughed it off. And he was like, now, if I say anything else. And I was like, you know what? You all right. Is that my cousin? Let me see. Nika. Yes! Honey, he was big and nice. He looked real big and nice. But, baby, I like the Mexican. Y'all might see me with the Mexican. But I don't know. But we was talking, and it was just a little stuck. Now, he ain't on social media either. That's why I'm going. But I don't know. He told me he went to Mexico to get some monkey blood. That scared me a little. I'm like, what is monkey blood? Because I was asking him about if he traveled out of the country. Yeah, he's actually Mexican, Aquia. I'm not making up, just calling him Mexican because he's of Latino descent or Hispanic. I don't know. Look, I'm all politically wrong. Girl, I'm dating this Puerto Rican fine. Yeah, you know what? So let me get to the core of it. I just wanted to open up my possibilities because at least the young African American brothers that I've been dating around here, been entertaining around here, have been completely dry. Completely just dry. And so these other fellas have been stepping up to the plate, and I said, instead of me just saying no, I will at least honor them with my presence. Yeah, I mean, it's just a date. You know, people be saying take the tour. Yes, how I say it? I don't want to mess it up, Kiana. Yes, I'll take the tour. But ladies, as you're taking the tour, I'll say this. Keep your legs closed. Honey, when I'm taking the tour, we taking the tour for some coffee, a movie. So let me get to the other part of what we're going to talk about today. Yes, I am trying it out, Queenie Bird. You know what I'm saying? Y'all try to take the tour. Okay, let me say it like this. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. No judgment zone. But let me tell you, it come with some stuff. Come with some stuff. Come with some attachments. Comes with, you know what I mean? It comes with some stuff. And I am building something here, and I don't have time for the shenanigans. So, but if you want to, you know, we want to do a little courtship, so let's get into the courtship. And the dating aspect of things. I love my little married friends on here talking about some, yes. My little married friends, hush. This for the single folk. I love y'all too. Look, we're all aspiring for those who do want to be married to reach, you know? So anyhow, the other thing I wanted to talk about is intimacy before sex. So now we're talking about the dating and all of that. Yes, honey. So I'm saying intimacy before sex. So here's the thing. I only told y'all about my white boy and my Mexican, but I dated a couple black brothers too. I'm not gonna say too much more just in case people watch it. And I love my black kings. I just, nothing can compare. In my mind, nothing can compare. But I want to talk about intimacy before sex. I want to talk about that. And what I mean is that it was so disheartening for me as I was talking to various people. Some people, just friends, male and female. And I can't tell you how many people I know of that literally, they have sex first. And if you feel convicted or judged, listen, that's on you. I'm just talking about my truth. I'm talking about what works for me and what has not worked for me in the past if I've tried it. They have sex first and then they try to build something. Then they try to connect with the person. Then they try to see, oh, I don't really like the person. And I can't tell you how many dudes I've come across that are having sex with these girls or these women. And again, obviously, I'm biased. I'm speaking from a female standpoint. At least a female like me standpoint. How many guys I've come across that are having sex with these various women and be shocked when the woman feel like it's a relationship. What I'm going to say to women who don't know this, because apparently some of y'all don't, just because you have just because you have a sex, just because you have sex with a dude, it does not mean that you're in a relationship in their mind. Do you hear what I'm saying? It just because, oh, you know what? We took it to the next level. Now we together. And then you heartbroken 4 weeks later, 3 weeks later, because you thought y'all was getting married. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, whatever you decide to do, now I'm not coming from any specific, now if I come from a Christian standpoint, that's something else. But in general, just a woman-to-woman standpoint, whatever you decide to do, make sure you got that, you have that laid out on the table. He knows what you're expecting. You know what he's expecting. Do not be afraid to ask the question, what are we doing? Like, is this something? Don't get the old okie doke spun. You done laid it all the way down on them. You done gave them the good stuff. And then you looking twisted, looking to the, looking, rocking back and forth, lost, because you don't know why he ain't around no more. Looking like Miss Sophia, home now. Sat in that jail. Looking crazy. This is what I'm saying. I am a nut, y'all. But y'all hear me. Y'all hear exactly what I'm saying. Just keep it open. If you playing the field, you doing this, doing that, know that there's consequences. Y'all, look, we all grown. Know that there's consequences to it. That's what you choose to do. Own it. Own that. Own it. You sleeping around, own it. That's what you're doing. Don't be surprised when this happened. That's what you're doing. Okay? But if you want something more, do not be afraid to open your mouth and establish your standard, honey. Don't. That's what, you don't have to adjust you because you feel like, oh, well, I might lose out, or I'm getting a little older. I gotta, maybe I shouldn't be so picky. Know what you want and just be open and vocal about that, because I tell you this, you will only be able to play the role, whatever that role is, for so long. At some point, the real Brandy gonna come out. At some point, the real Sarah gonna come out. The real Jason, the real Aquia, the real Katira? Can't say your name, child. The real Iris. At some point, you gonna get tired of playing the role, and then the relationship ends. So I say intimacy before sex. That is my opinion, and that is what I stand on. What I mean by intimacy before sex, I ain't talking about foreplay. Look at y'all. Y'all just nasty. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is get to know the person. We do away with that because we live in an instant society. I can go to online dating, pick who I want, let's date, let's have sex, and then we'll figure out the rest. We're not going to figure out the rest. We're going to figure it out first, and then, look, for those people who are saved, go ahead and wait till marriage. I guess that includes me, saved in the city. But sometimes it gets rough out here in these streets. Do I have a witness? Sometimes it gets rough out here in these streets. So in that case, own your truth. Be responsible for your choices and your decisions. Okay? That's what I got to say about it. That's what I got to say about it. But it bothered me because it's several men that I have talked to, and they just can't understand why this woman has busted the windows out of their car. Why this woman act like they're in a relationship. Why this woman thought this or thought that. Oh, I've only been having sex with her for 2 months. You may not want to hear this, and you may not believe this. But men are projectors. Women are receptors. Okay? Men are projectors. They give off. They can, y'all have an imagination, they give off. So then they going on about their business. Women, whether you like it or not, we're receptors. We are designed to receive, to take in. So we're taking in these men, you see what I'm saying? I'm trying not to be too graphic. So he's projecting, he's giving it off, you're taking it in, he gets to walk away, and now you're carrying his spirit. It's real up in here. You may not believe it. It's real up in here. And then they say, well, why is she crazy? Honey, how many spirits? I seen this, what do you call that? It was a picture. I couldn't even say picture. I seen this picture. That thing scared me so bad. Not really. But it was a picture of it was a woman. And it was cut open and like kind of pulled open. If I find that picture, I'll put it on the thing for y'all. And inside was like all these little faces like coming out of her body, like all these little, and I'm like, ooh. But it spoke to me on a spiritual level. How many spirits are really residing in you? How many people are you still connected to? All of a sudden you ain't never been depressed in your whole life. I'm gonna just say it, even though I feel like, man, they ain't ready for this, but I'm gonna just say it. You ain't never been depressed in your whole life. You meet Mr. Harry. Y'all have relations. All of a sudden now you dealing with depression. What was that? Never knew Mr. Harry has a spirit of depression. I'm keeping it real. Look, we say in the city, sometimes I got to get spiritual on y'all. It's true. You ain't never dealt with certain issues. Where does anxiety come from? Who you been sleeping with? I'm just saying. Y'all ready for that? Is it too much? I got to keep it real. So what I'm going to say to you, I'm not going to say 3-month rule or whatever. You know what works for you. If you're Christian, you know what the Bible says. But I will say overall as a rule, make sure you have intimacy, meaning you know this person before you just give it up. And without just being spiritual and deep. Aren't you worth more? Like, honestly, that's really what keeps me in this time of me trying to walk in a life of celibacy. How long has it been for me? I'm not going to say how long it's been for me, but it's been a while. It hasn't been as long as it should have been, but it's been a while. But in that walk, let me tell you what keeps me from not going. Because there's a couple people, you can go back to some of them old friend house. Because this is what my lesson was before. I'll say, well, if I slept with him before, then it really don't count. Look at the devil. I would say, wow, so it don't really count. He already in the number. My numbers didn't go up. Look at the devil. I see you, devil. That's how we'll do. We'll talk ourselves into it. This is how I keep myself. When I start thinking about, now I'm about to toot my own horn. And as I'm tooting my own horn, I want y'all to, come on here, Katina. As I'm tooting my own horn, I want y'all to start tooting your own horn too. When I think about how amazing I am, honey, when I think about all that I bring to the table, when I think about all that I've been through, stuff that I've been through that should have took me out, when I think about what I accomplished, when I think about how special I am, when I think about how loved I am by God, it just makes me want to tighten up and say, ooh, you ain't even worth. And not for every, listen, I don't know what's going to happen when I meet the right one that I actually feel might be a little worthy. That might be the struggle. But right now, when I think about these little you can't even barely set a date. And we about to come on over to my house, Netflix and chill and let you get it? For what? I'm using my own Netflix account. We're not even using your Netflix account. I don't have time. That's how I want y'all to be. That's how you can do it. When you think about it, because a lot of times what the society will say is, girl, get yours. Honey, please be sexually free. Separate the what? The P word from the heart. They'll say that. Separate the P from the heart. They'll say that real quick. That's what they try to do. That's the stuff they try to tell you so that you give it up. I'm telling you, ladies, I guess I'm talking to my ladies today, but what's up, fellas? Y'all here, y'all getting the good stuff. What you have is so valuable. What you have to give, what you have to offer, and is so much valuable than what's between your legs. That's the icing. That's not the foundation. Honey, that's the icing on the cake. You know? So don't give that up. Don't give up the icing so quick. You know, you got the icing without no cake. No wonder he wanted to just go. He good. He's like, oh, there ain't nothing but some icing. It was sweet. But honey, when you got the cake and the icing, woo, that's some cake. Now we ready. Now we full. You know? Katina, you all right with me? Because in my brain, I'm like, ooh, literally. Y'all hear what I'm saying, though. So that's what I'm saying. Intimacy before sex. I don't care how fine. And you know what? Let me talk to my fellas, too. Same thing for y'all. I know with men, there is a lot of pressure on guys to have to perform and to be overly sexual. And if that's what you want to do, cool. You know what I mean? But you don't have to, you know? And I know that's kind of, you know, because it takes away the macho. It takes away, you know, I could do this, I could later, you know, whatever y'all talk about. It's okay to actually want to get to know somebody. I actually met a guy who it was something in private we were talking about. He was like, I can't tell you how many times actually he went to meet like a girl and he was just thinking, oh, well, cool, we can chat, talk, whatever. And they just jumped his bones, like just jumped him. And he was like, dang, I really thought we was going to have some pizza. And of course, he's a man, so he took it. But in his head, he was like, and here she is probably thinking that's what she had to do. And then he didn't call her after that. So he got the pizza and the nana. And was like, well, I didn't really want that, but thank you. You know? I'm telling you, they'll hang around. They ain't going nowhere. If they really see value in you, they'll still be there. All right? So I think that's all I have today. So my final statement, because I'm tired, is don't change you unless you want to change you. You know? Be 100% you. It is what it is. People will love you or they'll hate you. And or they'll stay, or they'll walk away. And I learned over the years, if people can walk away from you, let them walk. Okay? So as you're going through this dating journey, if you want to date outside your race, I had some funny stories earlier with dating a white guy and Mexican dude or whatever. You know, if you want to date, fine. You know, whatever works for you. But don't try to adjust your standard if it's not what you want, because you have to walk in your shoes, right? You have to, when the lights go out and everybody is in their own homes and you got to walk this life out yourself. So make sure you haven't decided to play a role that you can't maintain forever. You'll be tired trying to be somebody that you're not. So just be you, and the right person that God has for you will see that. They can't find you when you playing the role of somebody else. Maybe that's why you're still single. Maybe. I'm not saying, you know, I'm single too. So I'm not pointing any fingers, but maybe that's the case. Maybe that's why you're still single, because you're an imposter. The real person that God has for you can't even find you because you acting like somebody else. Honey, that's a good word. I'll wave my own hand for that one. That's good. That's good. Okay? So whether you want to date white boys or black boys or black girl, whatever your thing is, do it. Be you, you know, but be you. Okay? And then as far as the intimacy, don't give it all up. Men and women. Y'all just, you lead with your, can I be 100% real? Can I say the words? You lead with your penis. You lead with your vagina. Like, that's a cool part of you, but is that me? Am I that? No. Like, there's so many more pieces to me. Don't lead with that. We gonna have sex and then we'll figure out if we like each other. I'd rather not. Now, you might do that with someone else, especially it's like an HIV outbreak and y'all still out here laid up with people, no protection, just because you want to prove that, oh, he loved me, oh, he liked me, oh, she into me. It's for the birds and the bees. And I'm telling you, the person that God has for you will find you in some way, or it'll come together when you stop playing the role and when you allow yourself to be treated with the love and the respect that you deserve, and you do it for someone else. Okay? Don't be afraid to uphold your standard. Until next week, this has been Single Talk with your girl, Iberia. Inbox me. Let me know, if you guys are dating, or if you want me to share some of your stories. I can do it anonymously. I used to do that a little while back. So if you want me to do that, you guys just let me know. I'm happy to do that. Maybe we can offer some advice, something like that. That could be fun. All right. Or if you ever want to just come on, like, you know what, Iberia, want to come on and I want to talk. I want us to talk together. I'll add you onto the video as well. So thank you guys for joining me. I think I'm going to be back next week. I don't know. Sometimes I don't be feeling like it. But if y'all want me to come back, I'll come back. All right. I love y'all. Enjoy the rest of your night. Be encouraged.